without ever unpacking. The comfort of home on the go. Unpack in seconds at soulguard.co.
It's that walkout hype. It's the next generation now. It's that head-turning style. It's electricity you don't just see, it's one you feel.
Give it up for the big...
Gets a fastball here, lines it in the gap in left center, and he's going to have himself a couple of ribbies. Thomas will round third, head for home. He's a brown-eyed, handsome man, and Fabian contributes to the onslaught here in Omaha. And the Gators get two more. It is now 24-3.
I'm out of words, partner. I mean, 24-3, that's a football score. You heard that from Jeff Cardozo from Learfield as Florida scored the most runs in men's college World Series history. The score ended up being 24-4 over LSU on Sunday. The series is now tied at one game apiece. The Gators hit 6 home runs, dominated LSU pitching, obviously. For a men's
first quarter basketball score.
That's unreal, right? 24-4. Men's College World Series record tying 23 hits. Series deciding game 3. Man, you win 24-4. They should just call game 3 off. But hey, they can still lose the series. Game 3 is tonight, 7 Eastern, ESPN and ESPN+. Connecticut Sun forward Alyssa Thomas had her second triple-double in 5 days Sunday, marking her 4th in a regular season game in her career, setting a WNBA record. Thomas had 14, 11, and 12 assists in the Suns' 96-72 win over the Chicago Sky. That 5-day span is the shortest between triple-doubles by one player in league history. Elsewhere in Connecticut, Keegan Bradley broke the tournament record at the Travelers Championship on Sunday. Bradley finished at 23 under, 257 at TPC River Highlands, a shot better than Kenny Perry's previous record from 2009. It was his 6th career PGA Tour win. SportsCenter is presented by Progressive Insurance. Make sure your family is well taken care of with life insurance. Protect your phone, laptops, and more with electronic device insurance, and cover your furry friends with pet health insurance.
We really want Draymond back. What he means to this organization, this team, in terms of trying to win at the highest level, we feel like we have to have him.
You're never going to leave $28 million on the table to go out searching for a deal.
I just don't believe that Draymond and the Warriors will come to a breakup.
KJM ESPN Radio, presented by Progressive Insurance. 888-729-3776. 888-SAY-ESPN. Which 5 players would you pick to take down the Monstars? When Bayama has his list, remember, this is not just your top player at each position. You want them to function as a team and someone else threw a wrinkle in. The Monstars take the talent of anyone you don't have on your team. So you may want to, monopolize a certain position so they can't take those guys' talents, right? Think about it. What 5, starting 5, would you pick to take down the Monstars? Wembayama has his list. I have mine. Nick Friedel may have his. I don't know. ESPN NBA reporter in studio with Keyshawn and me right now. What's up, Nick?
Guys, it's good to be with you.
Yeah.
As always, good to have you. So we've been hearing Like, listen, Wendy gets on, says, hey, Draymond Green, like the Kings could pursue Draymond Green. How realistic is it that Draymond is not a Warrior next season?
It would truly shock me if he's not. He's invested too much in that organization. They believe in him too much. I think they will find whatever the middle ground is. Joe Lacob, the owner, has known him a long time. He's been in all the ups and downs with Steve Kerr, but even more, guys, I don't think he's turned his back on Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Those two have a strong bond built over years and years, and they've won titles, a lot of them together. I don't buy that in the end Draymond's going to walk away from the organization, but even more, I don't buy that he's walking away from Steph.
So why opt out?
Because he knows he can get more money, more guaranteed money.
But doesn't that affect you being able to sign Clay as well?
That was all part of the Poole move. Because, Key, if you take Poole's deal off the books, what you do is you allow for more money for Draymond in the future, and you say, okay, Clay, you may not get that mega max extension that you want, but we're going to have enough for you to get you something. And that's the secondary part of any Draymond conversation.
So the Poole exit brings in CP3. Clay long-term numbers and Dre's long-term numbers is more about what's on the back end of Poole's contract opposed to the front end where CP3 is basically eating up that 2023 number. But what happens to CP3? Why make that move?
Well, because CP3 was the best move for Mike Dunleavy Jr., the new GM, and that front office to win now. And Key, while I don't think it makes that much of a difference, guess who does? The Warriors. The Warriors think that with Chris Paul coming off the bench in a more limited role, he can give them more of a lift than any other name out there. And on top of that, it frees up that money for the future because you get off of all the money that was coming to Poole in the next few years. So I understand from a spreadsheet path why the Warriors made that move. I just don't think it's going to make that much of a difference from getting them to where they are and where they were this season and to where they want to be moving forward into next year and beyond.
When you look at their roster, we just had it up on ESPN2 with the salaries, but the front court, if you bring Draymond back, Kevon Looney is not only a good player, he's a big game player, right? Him and Draymond in your front court, and you got Steph back there. Wiggins is, can play defense and score the whole thing. Clay is back. By the way, Kuminga is not yet a bust. He's 20 years old. In the old days, he still wouldn't even be in the league, and he has upside, right? So you look at this with Draymond back in the fold, and now Chris Paul able to take over at the point or even play off ball, where he was a very effective playing next to Harden in Houston off ball. They come back. This is one of the favorites in the West, as long as they bring Draymond back, right?
Max, what you just described is what they feel. And that's a huge part of any conversation for a team that believes that it can still win a title. The thing that would scare me with the Warriors, and we watch it all through last season especially, is that what Steph is bringing every single night, especially offensively. Draymond's just not that type of offensive player anymore. The real issue is Clay doesn't have the consistency in his game the same way at the level before all the injuries. Wiggins was dealing with a lot of personal stuff, especially in the second half of the year. They can be really, really good. But the key with the Warriors, especially when they won that bonus title a couple years ago, was that you knew what you were getting from Steph, but you also knew what you were getting from all those bench guys. You knew what you were getting from Wiggins. And you understood that Draymond was going to be that force defensively that he has been for so long. There are a lot of question marks still on this roster, but they believe that it's still all within their reach to get them that extra title. And if you believe that Wiggins comes back and is able to stay on the floor this year, and you believe that Clay still has another level to get to from what we've seen in the last couple since he's been back.
Nick, what's Dame's next address going to be?
If I were putting money on it right now, I would still say Portland, because that's all he's ever said to me, to everybody in the media who covers the NBA. I want to be there. I want to play in one jersey. I want to find a way to make it work with the Trailblazers, and I'm at peace with the fact that I may not win a title there. But it's one thing to say that over the next couple of years, and it's another thing to go, okay, you can get to seemingly wherever you want if you